So, my music class currently, it's like a soap opera. Let me give you a rundown. There's Ellie. She's a classic bi blonde girl, wears way too much makeup and way too big earrings for the age that she is. Everyone's kind of jealous of her, but then again, she's extremely popular, and well, she never seems to be having that much of a fun time as she lets on. She ended up making a band, this Ellie, she ended up making a band with them, more or less, but they were pretty good, kind of. Well, it's pretty good. It's pretty good as we can get. Come music class this year, right? She starts a band, and shockingly, they've all picked the same classes. Her and her very close group of band friends things. One of them is a kid who we're gonna call Liam. Now Liam, who was in their band, he decided, fuck this, I'm going to ditch their band, and he ditched their band. Now apparently, they didn't actually have a solid name for their band, so they ended up calling it Liam Ditched. I shit you not, for the rest of this term and next term, they are Liam Ditched. Pretty much gonna be for the next of forever. They're gonna be Liam Ditched. They're never gonna live that one down. They are now Liam Ditched. Now tuck that information away for later. All right. My band, however, is a fest. I am the only one in it. There was originally 5 of us. I am the only one in it who has any idea of music past sing, make, sound. I shit you not, that's about the best they know. I think one of them can play guitar, almost, but it's quite sad. They all ended up taking the class because they thought it would be easy. They thought, well, just like a low effort, we'll just go in and we'll just press a couple of keys and it'll be exactly the same as the last few years of music. And boy, were they surprised when you actually have to put effort in. First, well, we get in and we get into our groups and we have to perform a cover of a song. They couldn't decide which instrument they wanted to play. I am confident on 2 instruments in this world. I can play the piano, and I am extremely confident on the recorder. I have an above average talent on the recorder. You want to hear some recorder? Ask me. I'll chime in, right? They ended up just throwing the instruments between them, and I think we ended up with me and this other bitch. So we're gonna sing, and then there was guitar kid who knew a few chords on the guitar was going to play the drums, and piano kid was going to play the piano, and this other girl who I've never met before in my life, but everyone seems to know, was going to play the guitar, right? Guitar kid, she just decided, I'm not coming to school anymore. Literally, that was the text she sent everyone. That was just great. I mean, she probably had something else going on, and that's fair enough. But now we had a guitar role to fill. Originally, I was going to sing because they all screamed at the thing, oh, we're not going to sing, we don't like to sing, we can't sing. You have to sing. I don't want to sing. You have to sing. You do not get a choice in this. But I don't want to sing. You have to sing, Polly. I physically, I don't have the voice to... You have to sing. That was... Kid on the drums said, well, I'll just play guitar and head to her, but then we don't have someone on the drums. So the kid who was going to sing with me was like, oh, I'll play the drums. And so I said, oh, cool, I'll sing alone then. Excellent, exactly what I wanted. Perfect. And then the kid who was going to play the piano, she stayed on the piano. Until she realized that she actually has to play 4 chords on repeat. She had absolutely freaked out. The teacher even came in and tried to show her with the 4 placements, and she just panicked. Absolutely panicked, freaked out, started crying. Didn't want to play for the life of her. Oh my god. She actually had to learn. She just started crying, and it was great. because he did not want to put effort in. None of them wanted to put effort in. And I physically don't think they understood how music class worked. Which that left, so I was now on the piano. I went from singing to being on the piano. And they kept trying to go, oh, you should play drums. You need to play drums. You play drums, Polly. You play drums. I don't want to play. Play the drums, Polly. Here's the drumsticks. No. So apparently, I'm coordinated. And that's why I have to play the drums. I'm not fucking playing my drums. That's where I put my foot down. Polly, play the drums, Polly. I'm not playing the drums. In no way and shit am I playing the drums. I do not want to play the drums. I cannot play the drums. We are going to be performing this in front of quite a few people. I'm not playing the drums. Well, that kind of left them short. So, yeah, so that was great. We had like 15 minutes left of class before that session ended, and then only a few more sessions till we actually performed. So in the last 15 minutes, I learnt the 4 chords for the cover of Dandelions by Ruth B. The 4 chords were like C, E, and G, and D minor, or fucking something. I don't know. I can't remember. I just can't remember. That was it for the whole. Oh fuck! The 4 chords. It was just 4 chords over and over and over and over and over again. Right? 4 fucking chords. And ex-piano kid had cried. They were so easy, and I had them memorized within like 30 seconds. Oh my god. So then ex-piano kid said, actually, I'm going to sing now. Even after they'd all said, we're not singing for the life of us. She decided she was going to sing. But of course, she didn't want to sing alone, because that was too difficult. So the rest of us, we had to not only, well, I'd already learnt mine, but the other two people in our four group of friends, they didn't know theirs. So we had to both learn our chords and learn the lyrics and get it to sound half decent so we could all sing. The rest of us were playing piano, guitar, and drums, which is not the easiest to sing whilst playing. And not to mention, none of them knew the first thing about chords in any way, shape, or form. So, and here's the real shit show of it. Here's where it all goes from, oh, this is annoying, to, oh, we're completely and totally fucked. Ex-keyboard kid ditches. Just decides, actually, even though I cried because I do not want to play the keyboard, and now I got my way, and now I'm singing, I don't want to sing in front of that many people. She ditches. She skips the session and probably goes and vapes behind the toilets or something. Because, hey, everyone in my school vapes behind the toilets. They literally there's no smoke alarms anywhere in the school. There are in a few places, but not really anywhere anymore because there were just so many kids vaping behind the toilets. So she skips the period. I'm trying to stay positive as possible, knowing that we're completely fucked. Na 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 na. We were completely fucked, right? And I thought, well, we'll just improvise. It'll be fine, okay? I might be able to sing. I wasn't planning on it, and I didn't want to. Even though she said we were all going to have to sing with her, I was just not going to, because what the fuck is she going to do? She's going to force my fucking vocal cords? No. Turned out the only other 2 people in our group, they were only in time. They could only play because of her. Not to mention she spent the practice sessions, the little practice sessions we had, just mumbling the lyrics quietly in the corner, right? They only stayed in time because of her. Fucking great. We end up covering the song, and it is fucking dog shit. We try our best. Worst cover of a song you've ever heard. We are so bad at it. We all mess up. I'm not afraid to say I mess up a few chords, because they mess up a few chords and it all kind of slowly downhill. It crashes and burns. We didn't even do the whole song. In the end, we only did like a few minutes of it. It still wasn't the worst. If you remember back to the beginning of this, where I talked about Liam ditched, because how how the band Liam ditched because of how Liam ditched. The band that Liam ditched for, every single one of like the 7 or 8 of them were playing guitars, electric guitars, not even acoustic. I think one of them was playing bass. They were no drums, no keyboards, no one was singing, all just sitting down playing guitar. At one point they started smacking each other with the guitars. They were worse than... To put it into thing, we were a shit show and they were worse than we were. But do you remember the band Liam ditched? They were fucking amazing. The girl, Ellie, she's fucking good singer as well, and fucking jealous of her. Yeah. The band that Liam ditched, they were amazing. Best performance. Every single thing was in time. They played the entire song. It was beautiful. They probably got the highest grade. A band teacher didn't show us our grades. And, well, that was the end of the first part of band class. Tune in next time for another episode of Band Class fucking soap opera shit on TV 69.